Good morning, students. In this video, we will study about the structure of dicotyledonous seed. So the outermost covering of seed is the seed coat. So in dicotyledonous seed, the outermost covering is known as seed coat. The seed coat has two layers, the outer testa and the inner layer is known as tegmen. So this is very important slide. So the seed coat, it consists of two distinct layers, the testa and the tegmen. So testa is the outer layer and tegmen is the inner layer. The hilum is a scar on the seed coat through which the developing seeds were attached to the fruit. So what is hilum? So hilum is a scar on the seed coat through which the developing seeds were attached to the fruit. So in this diagram you can see that this particular region, so this scar like structure is known as hilum. So with this hilum, the seed it remain attached inside the fruit. So this brownish structure, so this is a gram seed, so this brownish structure will represent the seed coat, and inside seed coat that embryo and cotyledon will be present. Above the hilum is a small pore called micropyle. So what is the location of this micropyle? So micropyle is a small pore like structure. So just above the hilum. So if we will upside down this diagram, then it will become above the hilum. So this particular opening is known as a minute dot like structure, which is known as micropyle. So this minute opening is known as micropyle, and through this opening the oxygen, water, it will enters into the seed, and finally the seed it will germinate. Within the seed coat is the embryo, consisting of an embryonal axis and two cotyledons. So within the seed coat, that embryo it lies. So what are the different parts of seed? So in previous video we had discussed that seed consists of two parts. First one is the seed coat and second part is the embryo, and this embryo it also consists of different parts. So this structure, so this brownish structure is a seed coat which will enclose the embryo. So embryo will remain present inside the seed coat. So this structure, this entire structure will represent the embryo. So one embryo it consists of embryonal axis and cotyledon. So that embryo it consists of two parts. First one is the embryonal axis and second part of embryo is the cotyledon. Now come to the embryonal axis. So in this diagram, this structure, so this structure is known as what? Embryonal axis. Now this embryonal axis also has two parts, that radicle and plumule. So this lower part is known as radicle, which will give rise to the root system, and this upper part is known as plumule, which will give rise to the future shoot system. And the second part of embryo is the cotyledon. So this cotyledon, this wing like structure, so this is the cotyledon. So cotyledon is a embryonic leaf which will be which will reserve the, or which possess the reserve food material. So how this baby plant it will survive? So now this baby plant embryo, this is not able to perform photosynthesis. So how this baby plant, this embryonal axis it will survive? So it will get nourishment from the cotyledon. So these cotyledon they are the source of nourishment for this embryonal axis. So on the basis of the number of cotyledons, plants is categorized as a monocot and dicot plant. If the number of cotyledon will be 1, then it will be monocot plant. If the two cotyledons will be present, then it will be dicot plant. So once again, what are the different parts of seeds? Seed consists of two parts, seed coat and second one is embryo. And embryo in itself it is made up of two parts, embryonal axis and cotyledons. Now the cotyledons are often fleshy and full of reserve food material. So these cotyledons they are often fleshy and they reserve food materials. At the two ends of the embryonal axis are present the radicle and plumule. So at the two ends of the embryonal axis, this radicle and plumule, they will remain present. In some seeds such as castor, the endosperm formed as a result of double fertilization is a food storing tissue and called endospermic seed. So in some seed like castor, what we observe that the endosperm, it remain present or it will persist in the cell. So such type of cell, such type of seed is known as endospermic seeds. So what is endospermic seeds? So endospermic seeds are those seeds in which the endosperm, it will persist, it will remain present. Apart that embryo, it will use that endosperm, but still the endosperm, it will persist, it will left over, it will left in the seed. So such type of seed is known as endospermic seed. On the other hand, in plants such as bean, gram and pea, the endosperm is not present in mature seed, and such seeds are called as non-endospermous seed. So what is non-endospermous seed? So if the endosperm present in the cotyledon, it will be completely used up by the developing embryo, then there will be no endosperm present in the seed. So such type of seed is known as non-endospermous seed. So on the basis of the endosperm, we can categorize seeds as a endospermic seed and non-endospermic seed. If the endosperm will persist in the seed even after the use of embryo, then such type of seed is known as endospermic seed. And if the endosperm will be completely used up by the embryo, then there will be no endosperm will left in the seed. So such type of seed is known as non-endospermous seed. Now come to the structure of monocotyledonous seed. So generally monocotyledonous seeds are endospermic. So this is a very important line. So generally in monocot seed, what we observe, they are endospermic, but some, as in orchids, are non-endospermic. In orchid plants, the seeds, they are non-endospermic. So this is exception. All the endospermic seeds, they will possess endosperm, but except orchids. In the seeds of cereals such as maize, the seed coat is membranous and generally fused with the fruit wall. So in maize plant, what we observe that the in the fruit wall, which is the pericarp, it will get fused with the seed coat. So that's why we cannot see a particular fruit in maize. Only we are able to see the seeds. What is the reason behind it? Because the fruit wall, which is also known as pericarp, so it will get fused with the seed coat. So here you can see that pericarp, so it will get fused with the seed coat. The endosperm is bulky and stores food. So in generally in monocot seed, we can see that endosperm, so this entire region, it is the endosperm, and endosperm is very bulky and it stores food. The outer covering of endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called aleurone layer. So now what is aleurone layer? So in this diagram you can see that aleurone layer is a proteinaceous in nature and it will surrounds the endosperm. So this layer, this proteinaceous layer, it is the aleurone layer, and it will surrounds the endosperm, and it will differentiate the endosperm from the seed coat. The embryo is small and situated in a groove at one end of the endosperm. So what is the location of this embryo? So this embryo, it will situated in a groove like structure. So this is the embryo. So in a small groove like structure, so this embryo, it will remain located, and the embryo consists of one large and shield shaped cotyledon known as scutellum and a short axis with a plumule and radicle. So this one is very important. So what is scutellum? Simple direct question will come, what is scutellum? So what we have to answer, the shield shaped cotyledon. So this is scutellum. The shield shaped cotyledon of monocot seed is known as scutellum. The plumule and radicle are enclosed in a sheath which are called coleoptile and coleorhiza respectively. So in this diagram you can see that the embryonal axis having the two end radicle and plumule. So in radicle and plumule, so these radicle and plumule, they remain surrounded by a sheath like structure, and this sheath like structure is known as coleoptile and coleorhiza respectively. So the sheath like structure which will enclose the radical part of embryo is known as coleorhiza. The sheath like structure which will enclose the plumule part of embryo, so it is known as coleoptile. So I hope that it is clear. So this is the structure of monocot seed. So in exam, from the diagram also question can come. So this diagram will be given and you have to label the different parts. So for example, this diagram will be given and you have to label that which part is endosperm, which part is scutellum, which part is coleoptile, which part is coleorhiza. So once again, let's revise it. So in monocot seed, the pericarp or the fruit wall, it will remain fused with the seed coat. And alluron layer, what is the function of this alluron layer? Alluron layer is a proteinaceous structure which will enclose the endosperm, which will surround the endosperm, and it will differentiate, or it will separate the endosperm from the seed coat. Now question will come, what is scutellum? So what will be our answer? So scutellum is the sealed shaped cotyledon of monocot seed is known as scutellum. Now next question will be, what is coleoptile? So coleoptile is a sheath-like structure which will enclose the plumule part of embryo. Next question is, what is coleorhiza? So coleorhiza is a sheath-like structure which will enclose the radical part of embryo. So in this diagram you can see that this is the embryo. So this structure is embryo, and this sealed step cotyledon which is known as scutellum. So this much only in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.